Hi guys, hi guys. This is for, I don't know which age I'm looking at. I don't know if you're kindergarten through second grade, if you're third or fourth grade. I don't even know, but hello. This is for the first part of your snowman. You're going to make the background first. So hopefully you see the sample up there at the front of the room, probably hanging from the clip on the whiteboard. Or maybe your helper has it in her hands. I'm not sure, but hopefully it is there. And I'm going to show you how to make the background in this video here. So you should have in front of you a crayon, which does not look like this. I'm using a candle today, which both are made out of wax, so they should both work the same way. You should also have a tray of watercolor pencils. These are really fun. You can see I don't want them to fall out, so there's mine. You should have a handy dandy plastic container of water. I have a glass because I'm at home, and I have this watercolor brush. You should have one as well. And your watercolors. I love all those colors. Oh, so beautiful. So, all right. You should have all that in front of you. Oh, plus your paper that has the name on the back of it. Your name should be in the middle of the back because we're going to end up cutting around the edges. So you are going to make sure that your name goes down on the table, remember, because that's the back of it. So I'm going to tilt this down so that you can see what I'm doing. And I will try to remember to talk as I'm working here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some snowflakes. I'm going to make them. I'm going to do crisscrosses, and it's going to be kind of hard to see whether you use a candle like I did or you use white crayons because it's white on white. I mean, how can you see white on white? Oh, but you will in the end. It's going to be so neat. So I'm making these little snowflakes by doing a series of lines. Maybe I'll make some dots here. Da-da-da, sing a little song. Long snowman, snowman, snowman. Is it snowing there in Oak Harbor? Of course, I'm in Oak Harbor right now when I'm doing this, but by the time you see this, I will not be in Oak Harbor. So, there. That's really interesting. Wait. That's a really soft candle that I have. Your crayons will work better. Okay, next, you're going to take these watercolor crayons, and maybe your teacher will need to pause that and review it for you, because I know I'm going a little faster than I do when you're all there. Usually you're asking me questions and somebody has something to say, but right now I'm all alone. You can take one of the watercolor crayons. I think I'm going to do some swirls that look kind of like snow and wind, and I know you can't see probably any of what I'm doing here because it's white on white, but you can see my fingers moving. Now I'm going to take blue because I am actually going to paint my, when it comes down to painting this, I'm actually going to paint mine blue. I think that's kind of snowy. And the neat thing about these watercolor crayons is, like crayons, you will be able, I mean, kind of like a felt pen, you'll be able to see the crayon when you're all done, but they also kind of bleed a little bit when you add water to them. Well, I can just hear somebody laughing about the word bleed, and, well, I mean leak, I mean move around. No, I actually kind of mean bleed, not red blood, though. All right. So that's kind of what mine, actually that is what mine looks like right now. Alright, so next I'm going to get out my watercolors, and what I like to do, especially for you guys, is take the water container and put it on this side on the lid, because that lid just doesn't stay open, it gets in the way. And this is kind of neat because it helps, you know, your water splashes kind of stay in there. So I'll put my water right there, and I'm going to use my paint. I am just going to be using the blue paints. I'm just going to concentrate on those and a little bit of white, because I guess just what I'm wanting to do to make my snowy picture. But you don't have to do just blue. Now, when I go across this, wherever there's wax, it should show through. And look, do you see my snowflakes that are beginning to show? It's like magic writing. Oh, it's so cool. It's so fun. It's so fun that you just might, maybe want to do too. I don't know. Do you know? Now, you don't have to just go in straight lines either. Why not? Why not go in swirls to kind of match that windy look? I think I'm going to do that. I was thinking about that, you know, when you have snow and there's that wind blowing around on the snow. Do you see all those snowflakes coming through? Isn't that neat? This is fun. You can just kind of go everywhere. Now remember, you want to go off your paper. So you're going to go right, see how I'm going right onto the table? One thing for you guys to really be careful about, and I forget these things when I'm at home, is that you might have so much fun that you just keep painting and keep painting and keep painting. Well, you can do that, but this paper isn't actually watercolor paper, and it will, after not too long, it will begin to fall apart. And then we'll have you crying over your background scene that's now falling apart, adding drops to your background scene, big crocky tears. And that would be so sad, and that is not what we're about in Art with Heart. We are not about sadness. We are about happy, creating, having a lovely time. So, in order to do that, please, oh please, do not overpaint. Do not paint too much on the paper. If you find that you just want to keep painting and you just can't stop, just stop momentarily on this one paper, put it aside, and definitely do a second one. The end. Does that look like a snowy scene? Ooh. All right, and when you're done with that, then you're going to set that aside. Don't put it in the drying rack right away because it's so wet. The drying rack, when you put really wet things in there, the wires tend to make put their own lines onto your art. So maybe put them at the back of the room, and then one of the helpers will let you know when they're dry enough to put on the drying rack, probably before the end of class. Okay?